Many artists, creators, new music execs, you all want the glory of the music industry, the success of it all. You want the gold. I understand this. And here's the thing, you don't know why you want it. Okay? On the surface, it starts usually with wanting more than what you have, and it's usually money. In most cases, this is why all of you tend to fail rather quickly, because you typically want the platinum success. You think you're going to be platinum tomorrow. You saw your favorite new artist come up really, really fast. And that's not exactly how it works, but you can't see beyond the facade. Every artist, every music exec, you all should understand why you're doing music, period. And I understand, because here's the thing. The minute when I started my channel was the minute that I understood my why for this purpose. Therefore, I'm going to help you understand yours coming up right here on the Music Money Makeover Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham, and I gotta tell you, my reasons for doing this is because I ran into a viewer of the show recently, actually yesterday, and their approach was a little off, you know what I mean? And they wanted to know what was preventing them from having the success they wanted in the music industry. And I talked to myself, very clairvoyant, the whole way home, and I'm like, this is a problem that all artists have, all music execs, anybody entering this fanciful fantasy of an industry, if you will. They don't have something that's called a goal. And I'm going to jump into that right now. So here's what most goals sound like. Most goals sound like this. I want to buy my mom a house. Right? This is pretty spot on. This is almost everybody's first goal for some strange reason. We always go back to the mother. And though this may seem like the goal, this is actually a reason for the goal. It's the reward you get for achieving the goal. Okay, we're going to expound on this in a minute, but just understand this is the reward. It is not the goal. We're going to break down the goal, then we're going to break down the award, and I'm going to shape it up. Now check it out. Goals versus dreams. This is you. Before you said I wanted to buy my mom a house, this was you. I'm doing music because I always liked it, and I knew I could do it. Like, I knew I could make something of myself with music. It was always around, so I figured, why not do it? But this is yet again not the goal. It's a dream. It's necessary. This dream is necessary, but it's a surface level why. This is the number one way music entrepreneurs fail. They get high on the dream of what could be. You're already living your dream because you're making music. But what next? See, when I ran into the guy at the grocery store, I knew that he was in the cycle of his dream. I saw this grandiose vision of what it could be because I have the talent of making music. But then I don't know where to go from here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what do I do? How am I preventing myself from getting to the next step? Dude, you're still in the dream. We got to put some gas into the dream, into this car. All right, we had the dream. Boom, popped in. We're going to do music. We start making beats, or we're starting to rap. We're starting to sing. We're recording on our phones or our garage bands or whatever. We're making it. We're living the dream, but we're on the surface. So why are you doing this music? You see how we always got to come back to the why? Because the why leads us out of the dream and puts the dream into motion, into reality. We got goals versus dreams. A reward of the goals, I want to buy my mom a house, but we don't quite know the why yet. So this is what your current goal sounds like. I'm doing music because I always liked it and I knew I could do it. And if I can get the music right, I can take care of my family and be successful, right? That's almost every one of you all I come across. Man, hey man, look, I'm trying to do it. We're going to make something happen. I'm going to do some music. It's going to be good. And if I get some money, it's gonna be straight. My family gonna be good. I can eat, man. It's gonna be good. That's how y'all talk. That's what I hear. And I'm like, I've been hearing this for so many years, dude. You don't understand. And this has been for years on years before I've been born. People have been talking this way. But watch this. Let's shape your goal up to sound like this. I'm going to do blank by blank for blank because whatever that is. So check it out. I'm going to release 6 indie albums with documented content and consistent promotion by 2026 to get a monthly cash flow of $50,000 because I want to buy my mom and dad a house and set my life up for success. Boom. That's the goal. That gives you action. That gives you gas and fuel for the fire. This is where you were. Man, I'm doing music because I always liked it and I knew I could. And if I can get the music right, I can take care of my family and be successful. 2, I'm going to release 6 indie albums with documented content and consistent promotion by 2026 to get a monthly cash flow of $50,000 because I want to buy my mom and dad a house and set my life up for success. $50,000 across the course of a year is $600,000 in a year. That's an amazing income for an independent musician. You get what I'm saying? Don't get stuck here. Man, I'm doing music because I always liked it and I knew I could do it. Take the dream, create a goal to get you closer to the dream. Because the dream is not, I knew I could do it. Yeah, that's what you saw. We have to get into the dream. Let me make me bigger. We have to dive into the dream. If we don't dive into the dream with goals and checkpoints, we can't begin to live the dream. We're only living it on the surface by just making music in our bedrooms. But we got to do something bigger than that. So we can get to this point of, we're going to get, $600,000 in a year, or by 2026, we're going to get $50,000. Get what I'm saying? This is how you set up a goal. That's how you do it. Watch this. Your goal, amazing as that just sounded, was very short-sighted. Because after you get the $50,000 and you get your mom and dad a house and you set your life up for success, after you reach the goal, then what? Then what? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, shoot, that's what I wanted to do. I did it, but I got a lot of money now. I don't want to go back to being broke. So what do I do now? And that's the question. What I'm getting you to realize is that the materials that you're looking at, the goals that you set in the first part of your dream is short-sighted. You're going to meet it. It's going to be quick. Thing is, how do you keep it going? You get what I'm saying? So why are you really doing this? The second way entrepreneurs fail, all my music execs and anybody in the music industry fail, is because they don't know why they're doing what they're doing. The because is where everyone struggles. It's the reason for the goal. But the reason is fueled by the why. Why are you buying your mom and dad a house and setting your life up for success? Well, because I don't want to do XYZ. And my family doesn't need to be in XYZ position. Okay, but you already did that though. So why are you really doing music? Well, because I had this dream that I could do music. It's the gift that I was given. Okay, so what are you going to do with the gift? Well, I'm going to set my family up for success. Okay, but we just did that in 3 years. Now what? Man, you know what? To be honest with you, the people need to hear my music. You see, when you get the me, the my, the I's out of the way, you fulfilled your short-sighted goals. You'll find that these short-sighted goals aren't enough to keep you going. You know how they say you got what you're going to do to keep it? I think, Dr. Dre didn't coin the phrase, but that's who we kind of look at, saying that now. I think he said it on the Kendrick album or the Compton album, one of the two. Anyway, but you'll find that these short-sighted goals aren't enough to keep you going, and it will be the smiles you see on people's faces when they connect with you and you give them great experiences. Ultimately, you are entertaining people with the stories that you tell through the music that they can listen to, live vicariously through those stories that you tell in the music so that they can have a better day. And I've said this on the channel before, but I haven't put it in this perspective. Because you got to understand your family, your family, whoever, you know what I mean? And understand your family was already good. Even when they were broke, they were making it. You're just making a better situation for them. They were going to figure out a way. It's their God-given right to figure out a way to make it for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So unless they have special needs or something like that. But once we surpass what we said we were going to do in 3 years, you got to switch. because you fulfilled the self. You did the music. You saw the dream. It gave you money. You hit your goal. But ultimately, the fuel for it, you'll find when you're going through the process that the fuel for it is in the passion. Once you devote your passion to the music by making it the best it can be with your skill set, presenting it the best it can be for your skill set, and promoting it the best you can while securing your ownership of it with your knowledge, only then will fruit begin to fall. You will find that the dream we mentioned earlier is the direct result of your passion, which gives you the reason why. And you find this out all while trying to reach your goal. The fire, the passion that burns inside is coming directly from the dream we had way back here, because it was the original vision. You understand what I'm saying? So the reason why we're doing this is to provide excellent music, art, experience, storytelling through music for the people that exist on this earth. And the more fuel you add to that fire, the better the skills you get, the more money you get, the more access you get, the more people gravitate, the more they listen, the more you care about the dream and you make the dream a quality reality inside of where we are, the better the reception, the more you get, the more fruit. So it's not about the house. It's not about the money. It's about the dream, making the dream so big, making the dream come to fruition in a dynamic, megalithic way that you get all of the money that you need. You see what I'm saying? The problem is, if you rest your eyes on the material, that's when you fall for anything. Oh man, the industry, they would succumb to the industry. The industry took them over, man. They did. Yeah, because they didn't know why they were doing it. They didn't know why, and they were going to do anything. You see that? You were willing to do anything to make your dream a reality. Be careful. Now, fulfill the dream, because if you do not fulfill the dream, which is fulfilling the self, you will repeat a failing cycle until you're out of the game. Like, you just quit and say, you know what, man, I did music, man. But to be honest with you, man, I just couldn't get it to work. Or you're going to figure it out and start to win the game. Now, I'm going to show you a clip of me from January 27, 2020. And this is me figuring out what my dream was all about. And fulfilling that dream. And also fulfilling myself at the same time. Check it out. This is how let me explain first. I started this show by having a conversation with people, with my friends, and asking them, what was my greatest attribute to their success or their process of success. And it ended up not being about the music. It ended up being about the business and the guidance and the understanding systems of how the industry worked and where they could go and designing strategies for them. And I never thought that this had value. Like I was thinking about making, beats and music and selling it and becoming this superstar producer. That's what I thought I was going to do. But, I guess the universe didn't see fit to have that happen. So, I ended up saying, well, man, what can I do? I said, well, maybe if I just took what I did for a couple of people to help them get to where they're going to be, I thought maybe that if I offered the same thing I offered these three friends, it would help a lot of people. And then it started to. Okay? So I took it from those three friends or four friends and artists to a couple more people, just on a larger scale. Then I took it online. When I took it online for the first season, I said, oh, this has got some weight to it. So let's polish it up, make it look a little bit more professional, and then bring it back with season 2. Let's give it some time. Let's really think this out, put some thought into it, and bring it back for season 2. And so that's what I did. Another reason why I started the show was because artists don't really have roadmaps and strategies. And then artists also don't register their songs for anything. And so that was another reason why I started the show. I left a production company in 2015. I started to put out beat tapes on my own. And I put everything in it that I wanted to do. I put the love into it. I made my artwork. I did all the metadata. I was starting a music library at that time. People heard the difference in the music that I was putting out for myself versus what I was doing for others. So I fulfilled my passion. I had success with it, but I realized that it wasn't what I wanted. I realized that, number one, the money wasn't all that, right? And I had already been in the game for 10 years. And I'm like, man, I don't know if I really want to keep this. It's taking a real long time and life is starting to kick in. And so hence, here you have the show. So what I did was I poured all of my experience into it. But the reason for it was because I was passionate about helping others. I was always passionate about helping others. I just didn't know that you could do that for some strange reason. Once I got out of my own way, then the people got in the way. And they said, what you think about this? How you do that? And people started to come to me for advice, hence that clip. And then now I had my why, my reason, and I put it on the people. And this gives me the fuel to go forward, and it's never a dull moment. If I need content, I ask you all for content. You get what I'm saying? This is a us type of thing going on. So once you shift your music endeavors from yourself to the people, and you make it a great experience for the people, it's only then that you begin to win. So what you're looking at right here is how I fulfilled my dream. This is how I'm showing my love to the people, because I took all of my experience, like I said, I poured it into this platform to create this show, to create something for artists to get started with their record labels quicker. Everybody always goes to marketing really fast. Like, how do you create a product, you market it? Well, that's just finding the market. That's not even promoting. Well, how do you promote? And you go there. But what I realized in the beginning was the structure is going to make you win when you start to do the marketing and promotion. That's why I created a 6-day record label course, because building the record label is one thing. Making it grow, rise, and run is another. That's what everybody runs to. And they're making something grow off of nothing, off of owning nothing. So you got to build the structure of the record label first. We can get it done in 60 days together. Join the 60-day record label course, because when you get ready to market and promote, you'll have all of this to run on. You'll have the business to run on it. You get what I'm saying? And it's just $275 or $55 a month. That's cool. You know what I mean? It's not, I ain't taking an arm and a leg and a liver and a brain and all of that stuff. But if it's too much, just grab the 60-day record label book, man. It'll do you just fine. You'll get you in there. You'll get going. It'll be great. You get what I'm saying? Because my thing is, I want artists to start on the right platform. Once they got through the dream state, they set the first goal. This is what you need right here. These things right here, because you got to build before you market and promote. Otherwise, it won't make sense. You'll start losing more money, and then we'll be back here trying to figure out why you're failing in the cycle. Got to build this thing. I know this. I've been through it. It's been 20 plus years of this thing. Book a call with me if you need to develop the strategy after you've built the label. I got you on that. All the links are down below, because after you did all that building, the next thing you're going to need is a strategy, right? A marketing strategy at that, before you even start promoting. So you're going to need this call. Book it down below. So hopefully you have more clarity on why you're failing. Get out of your own way. It's not about you. The music is about the story about your life that you deliver through the music to the people, so that they give you love, they accept you, they show you whatever they, whatever love and all that stuff that they need to give you, so that it turns into money eventually for you, and it turns into a lot of money. And so you can win. Music money makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Visit musicmoneymakeover.com, download the 60-day record label, and I'll see you next time. Oh, download the 60-day record label, grab the 60-day record label course, and I'll see you next time. Peace.